Hello, hi, how are you doing? This is Pastor Cheryl. We are getting into Matthew 2:13 through 23. It's also the same as Luke 1:1 through 13. And so I wanted you to see this section right here. So we'll read this section. And let's see, it does have a Luke 1:1 through 13, the same thing. Now when they had departed, behold, an angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream, and said, Rise, take the child and his mother, and flee to Egypt, and remain there till I tell you, for Herod is about to search for the child to destroy him. And he rose and took the child and the mother by night and departed into Egypt, and remained there till the death of Herod. This was to fulfill what the Lord had spoken by the prophet Hosea. Out of Egypt I have called my son. It's Hosea 11:1. Then Herod went and saw that he had been tricked by the wise men. In a furious rage he sent and killed the male children in Bethlehem and all of that region who were 2 years old or under, according to the time which he had ascertained from the wise men. Then was fulfilled, he was spoken by the prophet Jeremiah 31:15. A voice was heard in Ramah, wailing and loud lamentation. Ramah is a suburb of Jerusalem. Rachel weeping for her children and refused to be consoled. I have lots of little notes with this here. But then Herod died, and behold, an angel of the Lord appeared in a dream to Joseph in Egypt, saying, Rise, take the child, the mother, and go to the land of Israel, for those who sought the child's life are dead. And rose and took the child and his mother and went to the land of Israel. But when he had heard that Archelaus reigned over Judea in place of his father Herod, he was afraid to go there, and being warned in a dream withdrew the district of Galilee. He withdrew to the district of Galilee. And he went and dwelt in a city called Nazareth, and that was spoken by the prophets might be fulfilled. He shall be called a Nazarene. And that is in Judges. It looks like I wrote Judges 2, but my handwriting is so terrible from back then. But here is spoken by the prophets who might be fulfilled. That was Isaiah 7:14. And so, anyway, this is part of the Synoptic Gospels. And they had something very similar going on, Luke 1 through 4. And we'll read that tomorrow. You'll be interested. Sometimes it's hard to figure people out. Why would anybody want to kill a baby? He's hearing this child was destined to be a king. You hear prophecies all the time. And you wonder about them. Looks like I've got a black eye. I know it's an allergy to something. It's been bothering me all day, but you wonder about some of these prophecies. There was a prophecy that our economy was supposed to fall this past November. It did not. What did fall was the economy and in China. And we were told to pack away and get ready because something was coming. And so to pack away as much, canned goods and dried goods and whatever we might think that we might need in the past for the next 2 to 4 years. And I'm like, that's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff to pack in your house. And now we're hearing overtures of possible wars. This is the wars and rumors of wars section mentioned in the Bible that would happen. And during times of war, people do pack away a lot of stuff in their house. And they depend on their soldiers. They really think, when you hear people over there right now in Ukraine, they said that they're not going to flee because their soldiers have got the hang of it. They trust their soldiers. And so they just stay in their homes, especially since there's fighting going on, a few blocks away, down the street or something. No, they don't want to get caught by a stray bullet. They just stay in their house and hide down in the basement. I have some friends over there in the Ukraine, and they're older, and they really don't wish to leave. They're in Kyiv. They don't wish to leave. They have like 15 little Sheltie dogs. And so they feel that their dogs are tying them down, and they don't want to leave them. Those are their babies. And then they have family there, too. And you don't leave that. And so, anyway, there was a bad fight down the street from them, and when it was over, she went and photographed it and put it on Facebook. And the buildings, all the buildings, their windows were knocked out. There were bullet holes in the stucco side of the buildings. When you go to Europe, see these cute little stucco buildings, especially in Switzerland and Austria. They're full of bullet holes. And you kind of wonder, it's just like, there's no reason, there's no real purpose of this, except Putin decided that he wanted their farmland. Why don't they just trade? Your manufactured goods for our bread or our wheat or whatever they got. And so I just like, there's no reason for this. There's no reason for war. There really isn't. Just get along and everything will be fine. And so, anyway, that's how Jesus ended up in Nazareth. If you notice in the shroud, Jesus has long hair. The Nazarenes did not cut their hair. They're really long. He wore it in a ponytail on the back, or in a braid going down the back. He was just like, I think his hair was as long as mine. Mine goes all the way down my back, Look at that, Can you see I put clips in it? I put clips in it. And I pull it back, and some days I put a braid going down the side. That's kind of pretty. And after you've had hair your whole life that's long, you just don't feel right cutting it. You just don't, Anyway, here we have again, Herod died, and an angel appeared to Joseph and telling him to take the child and the mother to Egypt, and then later on to Israel. And of course Herod thought that those people had tricked him, and they really hadn't tricked him. It's just they received a message just not to go back. I wouldn't call it a trick. He was going to do the trick. He was going to do the trick by going out there and killing children. And he did. He did. The people in the Mideast, we have some right down the street. Some people from Afghanistan. Their culture doesn't change. They have 6 children. And the Afghan people next door on the other side of the duplex also have 6 children. I guess this is typical. They have big families. And they're lovely families. I mean, beautiful children. I'm noticing, though, that they don't assimilate. You think that going into a country, you'd want to dress like the people that are around you? You know, instead of wearing this big scarf over their head, whatever. It kind of makes them stand out. You know? And so, their daughter, speaks English very well, and she translates for the whole family. And the father has a tough time finding a job because he doesn't speak English very well. And so anyway, keep them in prayer. And their last name is Muhammad E. Muhammad E. Everybody over there's got a name just like that. But anyway, we will continue on tomorrow. And I hope you enjoy this. Bye-bye.